I did something really, really, really stupid with my Bitcoin. In fact, it was not smart at all. I tell you what. Hi guys, my name's David. Right now I have the Rona, so if my voice fails me, that's why. It's because of that. Currently in isolation, yay, and welcome to my channel. So my channel is about me trading my way to $1 million of financial freedom, whichever comes first. And the point of the channel is, if I can do it, then hopefully you realize you can do it, because I've got bugger all experience. So I'm just being honest, and I'm going to share my experiences, my wins and my failures. So what did I do that was really dumb with my Bitcoin? Well, I took out a personal loan. I was scouting around on the internet and just thought I'd Google personal loans for no particular reason. I didn't have any more money to invest into crypto, and it was a good time to buy. So I'm like, oh, wonder if I can, what a personal loan would be, just out of curiosity. And they were advertising 5% loans. I'm like, what? I can get a loan for 5%? And interest and like inflation's like currently like 6 to 16%. So I'm like it seems like a really good deal for a personal uncollateralized loan. So a bit more exploring, and of course it's just advertising. My interest rate actually came in at 9.5%, but I went for it at 50K for a 7-year uncollateralized loan at 9.5%. Now you might be thinking that's insane. That's quite a lot. And normally I'd say you're right, but as I've got better with finances, I've come to the conclusion that maybe I'm not actually losing out that much. You see, I wanted to put it all in Bitcoin, right? Now you're like, why? Bitcoin's not the best. No, it's not. It's the safest. And I got in what I thought was a good time. And I also put it in an interest account, so I'm earning 7% a year. So the interest rate is 9.5%, it's 7%. I'm earning 7% in interest, so I'm only paying 2%. And now if you take in the fact that inflation's at 6%, then I kind of feel like I'm coming out ahead, especially at the levels that I bought Bitcoin at. So that's why I think it's a good idea. So here's the details of the loans I took. It was 50,000 over 7 years at 9.69% per annum, roughly paying back around $200 a week. So I don't think that's too bad for a loan. Now, current inflation rates are around 6%. I know I've heard as high as 16%, with the expectation that it's go higher. So I'm not too bad on that. And then if I put it in with Hodlnaut, and they're giving me 7.5% on my Bitcoin APY. So now I'm only paying a little bit over 2% plus whatever inflation is to get close to one whole Bitcoin. Now, okay. So that's where I'm at. That's what I did. Is it a good time to buy Bitcoin is the question. Or did I just get in at the wrong time? Let's examine that one. Okay, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. I like to keep it a little bit messy, but I got some little bit of technical analysis. I bought my Bitcoin right here. Going back to all-time highs is a 48% profit. So 50% profit if it goes back to all-time highs. Now, Bitcoin, it just needs to go back to all-time highs in the next 7 years for me to come out ahead. Do I think that's likely within the next 7 years? I think that's extremely likely. I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. I don't think it's going to stay down for that long. Not when inflation's this high, not when there are so many big companies and investment firms, etc., just piling into crypto. Not the way crypto is exploding. Bitcoin's here to stay, and it is a hedge against inflation. It is gold, really. So yes, I bought there. Why did I buy there? Well, I like the potential return of 50% straight up. Now, I thought I was a bit snookered a little bit when I bought there because there was it had just broken out just before Christmas, and I thought there might have been a breakout retest and it was about to go higher. Various other instruments that are correlated with Bitcoin are going higher, such as the treasury rates, US treasury rates. So that's why I picked there. I didn't want to be too late to the party. Could I have got in lower? Yes. This spot here, right where it is right now, is my actual target for a reversal from my technical analysis. To me, it seems that every time Bitcoin goes past, has one of these mega sell-off wicks that is based on leverage, Bitcoin just seems to go a little bit past it, accumulate for a while, and then blast off going parabolic. Just like here, had that big wick down, that leverage, then it wicked out below, and then it blasted straight up. And it's happened a few other times. It doesn't take much to look it out. Just these big leverage flushes. So why do I like this one? Well, it just so happens to correlate nicely with the trend line from back in October 2020. And then it's got another good touch point in July 2021, and it's touching it right now. So I'm really strongly bullish right now. Why else do I like this? Because it has the potential to form a lovely triangle. An ascending triangle, which may break out to the upside or the downside. Probably the upside, given the fact it's Bitcoin. That's why I really like this spot and wanted to get in at this stage. But what if I'm wrong? Let's say Bitcoin goes into a horrendous bear market. I reckon at some stage in the next 7 years, it's at least going to get back to where it was. And I'll be able to sell out with 50% profit and take my losses off the table, if I so choose. I might not. Another possibility for something that's going to happen is another scenario that I have that's quite probable in my mind is if we end up in a range and it bounces either here or it wicks just below this point, just down to here, and then bounces. This also correlates nicely with another trend line from the bottom of the Roni Rona low, October 2020, and then just into space, and it's in a nice level of support. So I'm honestly looking to save up a bit of cash, and if Bitcoin goes to that spot, I'm looking to buy. All right, so that's just my technical analysis, right? I am not an expert, and clearly, judging from all the other random lines on this chart, I am not the best at this, right? I am not the best. I'm buying for the long term. I'm planning on holding for the long term with a time frame of 7+ years. So it makes sense. I get a good return right now and I'm happy with my entry right now. Besides, Michael Saylor's buying, right? What can I lose? So what about on-chain metrics? Well, I like to use a website called Look Into Bitcoin. I picked that one because it's free, has all the same information, and it's free. But yeah, anyway, it has a lot of the charts to tell you when it's a good time to buy. Like, that's exactly what you need. It looks at more of a macro level than, say, if you go to Glassnode, where everything's a bit on the with a paid subscription, which will give you a bit more like the day trading aspect. But this is like really good for the long-term stuff. So stock to flow, we are well and truly below the target stock to flow price. Roughly 100K. This shows it's 76,000. Currently sitting at 41,000. I bought in at 48,000. So I figure I'm pretty good there. MVRV Z-score. If you don't know what this is, I would suggest you go do your own research. Basically, it's dividing the actual market cap by the realized market cap and then standardizing it across a range. So best times to buy are any time it drops into this zone down here, then you just load up on Bitcoin. Like, you can't go wrong at those times. However, it doesn't look like we're going to get back into that range for a long time. So I've kind of settled around buying just below 2. I was happy with that. 2 is a fairly middle of the range area. If it goes lower, I definitely plan to buy. Unrealized profit and loss. Well, we've got 3 bands. It rarely drops into this bottom capitulation area and spends a lot of time in this middle orange band. So yeah, I chose to get in on the middle orange band. Nothing to lose there. Bitcoin and fear and greed. Now, this one is great. They've just put this chart up. It shows the Bitcoin fear and greed as over an extended period of time. These dots are different scales. So the scales, green is 90, 10 is red. Currently we're sitting at 25, we're at 15 a day ago. As you can see, 15 a day ago. If you look at this, every time this is in the red, it's a really good time to buy. Woo, good time to buy, good time to buy. What was a good time to buy? What was a good time to buy? I didn't quite, it got into that zone of the capitulation. Like, that's a good time to buy. Like, now is a good time to buy according to this. So another chart on chain metric that's actually showing a good time to buy. Logarithmic growth curves as well. Divides the entire Bitcoin price into a long-term logarithmic chart. Is a good time to buy? Well, I figure any time below this middle line is a good time to buy, with the closer you are to the bottom line is being the best time to buy. Right now, it's currently showing it at 26,000 as the low line, and the middle line is at 62. Top line is 150,000. So arguably the upside potential of Bitcoin right now is 150,000 according to this chart. So I've decided to, the combination of these charts makes me think it's a good time to buy. So to summarize, what I've done is I've taken a loan that has no stop loss. That is key, right? This is leverage trading. I am not denying that I'm using leverage to make this trade by using an uncollateralized loan as cash. That is, leveraged trading is using a loan to make your trade. Okay, I've done that. However, I don't have a stop loss for this, right? There's no whipsaws that are going to take me in and out or anything like that. It's just got a time period. My time period is 7 years, so I'm decaying over time rather than decaying over price. Okay, so that's the difference I've got. So I've got 7 years to come out ahead. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Now, looking at my personal technical analysis, I think it's a good time to buy. I've chosen to act on that. I can't quite see if it's going wrong. If I'm wrong and it goes down, I've got the time for it to come back. I'm earning 7% on my crypto, right? I'm coming out ahead. Earning 7% on my Bitcoin. Loan is 9.69, so that is a little over 2% in the red every year. Oh no. That's not much, guys. Plus inflation's like 6% or more, not really sure. So yeah, I'm ahead there. Oh, and if Bitcoin does double in price, right, then suddenly I'm no longer getting 7% return, I'm getting 14% return. So my repayments may actually cover my entire loan amount, which would be really cool. Like even the repayments of the actual 50,000, which would be wild. And then the on-chain metrics that I've just pulled up here, the free ones, well, they're all looking like relatively okay, between okay to really good times to buy. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, really good time to buy. MVRV score, not so bad. Not a bad time to buy, but it's not like an amazing time to buy. Same with the logarithmic growth curves. Not a bad time to buy, not an amazing time to buy. So you get the idea. Stock to flow model, really good time to buy. So that's where it is. That's where I'm at. So what do you guys think? I'd love your feedback. Do you guys think I am crazy for doing this? Have I just put myself into 50K of debt that I've got to pay over the next 7 years and that I'm not going to get my money back, or that I'm going to make a crazy loss? Like, what are your thoughts? I want to know. But what I'm thinking right now, is Bitcoin going to bounce here? Is it going to bounce here? Or is it going to just dip below this and bounce here? I don't know. I'm curious to find out. And can my strategy take any one of those accounts? And I believe it can. So I've got nothing to lose here, I think. Actually, maybe I do have some stuff to lose. Anyway, don't do what I'm saying. It's a bad idea. There you go, guys. That was my really silly, dumb thing that I've done with Bitcoin recently. I don't know if it's a good idea. I probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody else unless you're so certain of your finances that you can weather this storm if it all goes pear-shaped. I'm giving it a go. Why? Ultimately, why am I choosing to do this? Because if it goes well, one Bitcoin's projected to go over to $1 million, and that's instantly reaching my goal. Instant reach my goal versus... Yeah, I've just perceived lots of upside potential. So, yeah, if you found this video useful, if it helps you towards the way you're thinking about your goals, then like and subscribe. This is sort of videos I want to make. It's about me actually targeting. It's what I'm doing. It's the crazy risks I'm taking to reach my goal. Now, you might have noticed one final point I want to make is I chose Bitcoin. Why did I choose Bitcoin? Why didn't I choose Ethereum or Solana or something else crazy? Because it's a loan. It's a lot of money. I'm paying it off over 7 years. I want to be really safe with my choice. That's why I've picked Bitcoin. Ethereum, there's lots of Ethereum killers out there. You know, they're coming. Ethereum's got problems. Solana's the new horse. I don't know if it's going to survive. It could be anything, you know. It's just, I don't know if it's going to survive. What about Avalanche? I don't know, right? One thing I do know is that Bitcoin is here. It's here to stay. And there is nothing else like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the only one that's being used as a store of value. None of the others are. Ethereum has use cases. Bitcoin doesn't. Bitcoin is just a store of value. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Hopefully this is of use to you. Hopefully it expands your thinking. Just a way, just another thought, another something else someone else is doing. Good luck, guys.